Hello guys, thanks for watching. Some of you just asked how long Software Development Worldwide Company is involved in the IT business. So I'm the one who established the company in 2021, so it's more than 2 years ago. It's actually 2.5 years ago. And I personally started dealing with programming in 1993. So that was 30 years ago. And what did we learn? What did we study at the time? Let me introduce a few books to you. What we dealt with here in Hungary. You know, the education, especially scientific education, is very strong in Hungary, and we have to learn a lot. We have to really study a lot. So the first book I would show you that time in 1993, we had calculus, which is basically related to mathematics. As you see, this is a quite thick book, and we had subjects like kind of equations. So I'll show you a few stuffs from this. And yes, basically we went through these type of books, and this was really important that the mathematical basis is there. So the teachers really focused on that. We deal with the basics, which is the basis of software development in mathematics. And then we had also the algebra. So from my studies that time, basically also we went through different exercises like equations and kind of examples like this. And for some people this seems to be a little boring, this type of mathematical things, but I loved it. That was a joy for me just to learn these things and also practice. So these are the mathematical bases, and what I really love is basically the probability. So we dealt with the probability calculation, how we can calculate the Bayes theorem and different other stuffs, and also the integral calculation. This one, it was also very strong, and we really had to sweat. I still remember we had to solve a lot of exercises to pass the exam. And finally, we also dealt with the differential calculation. This was also very interesting, so I really loved these subjects. So I would say these are the mathematical bases, and then I would show you the informatic basics, what we had that time. So we learned a programming language called Turbo Pascal, right? That time this was a kind of usual language. This was still not object-oriented language, it was structured programming. And I bought a kind of book which was similar to that. It was the Borland C++, this type of book, and started to cover the concepts and the theories, and also try to solve different exercises from this book, and that was very interesting as well. I mean, that's how I really learned the Turbo Pascal basics. And after this, when I covered this, then I had this kind of Turbo Pascal 6.0 exercise book, and this book was the best one, I can tell you, because it included a lot of different exercises, how to program, and that's what we had to cover in the school and write code. And that time I still didn't have a computer at home, back home, because my father didn't have enough money to buy one. This was in 1993, and I wrote the software code on a piece of paper, and then I went into the school and typed in the code into the computer, and I was trying to run the software code and controlled how it was running. So that was still fun. I remember that I was really thrilled and enthusiastic to see how the software code was running. So that was great. I mean, look at the exercises. So that's what basically we had that time in 1993. And also I had another one, the Turbo Pascal 6.0, and here we had a summary about the different functions. So for example, if you see this book described what a certain function can do and stuff like that, you know. So I really had to go through this to be able to pass the exam. So but that was really good. And also we as software developers had to understand the Microsoft Windows. So that time Microsoft Windows already existed, but it was more common to use the MS-DOS. So I bought a book called MS-DOS 6, and I went through all the commands, all the DOS commands. So that's why I still can write, you know, in the command line. When I call the CMD in Windows, I can put there MS-DOS commands. Some people don't understand that because they only use the graphical interface, the Windows interface, but we developers also have to write code in MS-DOS, especially when it comes to batch files or whatever. So yes, I mean, we went through the MS-DOS, and that's what we understood. And also we learned you know, databases. We had DBase that time, so I had to buy also DBase books, and also I bought the Clipper 5. So it's also kind of thick book, and we went through some exercises. You know, here you see the functions it includes, and basically that's how it started. It was exactly 30 years ago, and you know, that's a long time. If I think back 30 years, it's quite a long time. Obviously I was off this industry for 10 years because I was strongly involved in economic education. So I passed the bachelor degree in economics in these 10 years, so I was off, but then I came back. So I would say I've been involved in this for 20 years now in the IT sector, in the IT business, and it still makes me fun. So it still makes me joy. You know, it's absolutely good to deal with this and to find solutions for unknown problems. Thank you guys for watching me, and now you understand how the company was established and what I've done 30 years ago. So it's not a fresh knowledge, so it's a kind of long knowledge back then, but all of my colleagues and also myself, we enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye bye.